Good morning. Here I am out and about walking. I'm Dave, and I like to take you guys on these walks with me. For those who haven't seen me before, just to help motivate me to keep doing these walks and stay out of my pity party that I was in for 5 years from my accident. I fell off the roof. I basically shattered my heel bone, broke some metatarsals in my foot, and broke my tailbone, messed up my back, my neck, ripped my abdominal muscle, and became a big old jelly roll. At one time I was 257 pounds. That was my top weight during that time. But then I did drop down to 242. Still a big jelly roll. And I'm 5'10". No, 5'11". I was 6 feet, but I've been shrinking. So I was looking at that, and I could barely walk. I still walk with a cane. Look at that body, right? I'm getting skinnier. I'm about 179 pounds now. So I've been doing good. I switched over. I want to talk about the carnivore diet and how it's really helped me. Now, I am noticing that a lot more retired folks like me are becoming carnivores. Do you think that might be because becoming a carnivore gives you purpose in your retirement? I don't know. It's definitely, I became carnivore because I got a nice wake-up call. I went to the emergency room for my back pain and found out that I had fatty liver and plaque building up in my arteries. And I was about, at that time, I must have been pushing about 40% body fat. So 36 or 40, I think I was reading it wrong, but it was probably over 40% body fat. Yeah. So that was my shock to the system, to my system, that actually motivated me and said, hey, I got to do that because I want to be around for my daughter, who's now 14, and my wife. And so I had heard about carnivore for a few years, but I always thought that's too hard. Little did I know it ended up being the easiest diet I could do, because I don't look at it as a diet. I look at it as my lifestyle. And when I got rid of all the sugars and the carbs, I did have the cravings in the beginning. I really don't have them now. So I find it amazing that we're all pretty much addicted to sugar and carbs. And of course, big food wants it that way because then they make all their billions. With the stuff that's going on with JFK banning sodas and stuff on SNAP, or the aid programs that they give for food stamps, and I think that's good. The food industry doesn't. It was said they make about $1 billion a year selling soda to food stamps. With food stamps, that's big business. So of course they don't want that. They don't care about us. If you think big food or pharma cares about you, they don't. So I started carnivore thinking this is going to be difficult, but I did it in a stage. The first stage was I went pretty much keto and started lowering and cutting out things. Like I started cutting out bread. I started cutting out rice and then sugar. So I didn't get the keto flu like a lot of people say they do, because I gradually did it, and about 2 weeks before I went carnivore completely. Then when I went carnivore, I said, well, let me try it for about 90 days. I'll give myself 3 months on this, see what happens. And of course it's during Thanksgiving and the holidays and stuff. So did that, and I started feeling good. And my blood pressure, I used to have high blood pressure, and I was taking linacapril, and that went down to normal. So now it stays around 111, 117 over 76, 77 without any medicine. So I'm pretty happy about that. So, and then the weight started dropping off. And this is just me not doing any, I still couldn't really walk and do some, like a lot of walking. Let's see, I was walking at that time about 15 minutes. I was up to 15 minutes of walking. Then I started doing like sorry, a bunch of people there. I still don't like filming, talking into the camera around a bunch of people. So around January, I started the Hard 75. Then 41 days or so, plus or minus either day, I failed. I didn't drink enough of the 1 gallon. I missed some of it. I forgot about it. So I had to start it over again. And then I finally finished that, the Hard 75. I like it, but I think the water is excessive, because that ends up flushing out a lot of electrolytes, your minerals that you need, like potassium, magnesium, and sodium. So I started getting leg cramps. But then I made my own electrolytes from Old Man Carnivore. He's got a video that shows how to buy the potassium and stuff, and the magnesium, and the like the Redmond salt or the pink Himalayan salt in Amazon. You buy them, and then you just weigh it out and you mix them together. I got the scale off at Temu for a couple of bucks. And then I should make a video on that too. And I think you can get everything you need on Amazon nowadays real easier. And so I made my batch. I got enough electrolytes for my wife and I for the next year, and at a fraction of what those packets would cost. Those packets are nice because they, it's more convenient, and if you like the flavors, but the flavors can throw you out of ketosis, and they have sugars and stuff in them, so I prefer not having any flavor in mine, and I enjoy that. So I finished the Hard 75, and I noticed at this time I was dropping about 40 pounds, and I was starting to feel a lot better. I started increasing my walking ability. I went to a half an hour walk 2 times a day, and then I went up to 45 minutes 2 times a day, because as part of the Hard 75 you have to do one exercise 45 minutes outside and one inside. So I was counting my hour physical therapy as one exercise, and I was doing like chair yoga and then walking a little bit outside on the patio. So and then walking in the yard like you've seen in my other videos. So but all the time I was eating carnivore, and I was really finding that it was, for me, super easy, because I could say, all right, on the days I'm having 2 meals, I would just eat my eggs in the four or five eggs in the morning with some bacon or some beef patties, 2 beef patties, and then with butter, salt, pepper, and garlic. I know it's not 100% carnivore like that, but that's the way I like it. And then I would have my coffee, and I would put my protein shake powder, a half a scoop in there to give it like that mocha thing, because I was eating, taking 1 to 2 servings of the protein shakes, 32-ounce bottles, that has that little shaker in it. And I was drinking that, and then with my coffee, I would put a half a scoop of that in there. It's bone broth protein powder, chocolate flavor. So both the Paleo Valley and the ancestral supplements or something like that, those are good, but I found out the ancestral one has monk fruit and the cocoa powder in there, and some mushroom stuff. So it's not 100% bone broth for carnivore, but again, that's okay. It's along the lines of that. So I'm about 98% carnivore. In my coffee, I put organic half and half creamer, because all the other milk products have estrogen in it and all these other chemicals in it. So I don't do that. I stay away. I used to eat like mozzarella and provolone. All the other cheeses have like these anti-mold agents and all this other garbage in it. So I don't really eat cheese. And sometimes I'll eat pecorino, the soft pecorino from Italy, goat cheese. That's really good for you because it's high in fatty 15 or fatty C. So isn't the half and half organic milk, and your body needs that. They just found that out. I watched a really good video on that. But right now I just made a little change up. I am going to OMAD, where I'm eating just 1 meal every day. So I have a built-in fast time of about 23 hours every day, and it's keeping me, so far the past, it's 2 days, and this is going to be the 3rd day I'm doing it, and it's been keeping me in a higher state of ketosis. And my daughter even said my breath smells like acetone and paint remover, she said. I was like, yeah, that's because I'm in ketosis. So I know it's working there, and I also measure it every night. So that's good. I've been enjoying that. But I've been doing what was recommended by this other YouTuber, Big Leap Theory, I believe. He does OMAD, and he eats at 8 o'clock at night. So I thought I'd try that, and I've been doing it for the past, this is going to be day 3. So, and I get between, let's say 150 to 180 grams of protein in 1 meal. That's a lot. So I'm eating a lot, but I'm still at 179. After I eat, it'll be like 182, 181. And I still eat it, but then once I'm done with it, I don't eat until the next day at the same time, and I find that that's a little bit better working for me. That's working for me a little bit better, and then it's keeping me in ketosis longer. So we'll see when I see where I am in a week and that. But so yeah, that's been my journey so far. You guys, what do you think about carnivores and in being in retirement? Is it easier? Because I noticed that it's easier for me with my schedule and stuff, but plus I guess I'm at that age where my mortality matters, right? You know what I mean? I've been slapped in the face with my mortality, and I don't want to just give up that easy and just stuff my face with donuts and sugar and bread and muffins and all these carbs that are garbage for you. So let me know what you think. You guys have a blessed day. I'm going to finish my walk here, and I will talk to you later. Bye.